Hey, this is Hassan from Atrif, and in today's video, I want to talk about a very important notion. This is all surrounds other people and how they perceive us. And as a person who came from another country to this country, I know how important it is to present ourselves in a way that we become more acceptable to other people. Especially when I came to this country back in 2005 from Iran, I had no understanding of English and I wasn't able to talk, speak, to listen, understand people, and even write, let alone comprehend what people's idea of other cultures, of other people are. And I went straight to high school, and this was a little hard for me because not knowing what other people are talking about you or say about you or think about you can put myself in a position that I had to kind of guess and presume what people are thinking of me. So it was always a battle of making myself present in a way that I'm more acceptable or I'm more fitted in a situation instead of being who I am as a person. And this kind of prohibited me to grow as who I wanted to be. I became more of this person who was trying to always please other people in order to be accepted, in order to fit in. And thus, I never understood what is it that I want, what is it that I desire, what is it that I enjoy, or what is it that I wish to do or accomplish. It was always, what situation am I gonna be and who is gonna be in that situation, and then learn to think for them in order to present myself in a way of showing what they want to see. This is important because we need to understand that as human beings, we are a complex. We are really complex. And we have different things inside of us. As a matter of fact, there are billions and billions of cells working 24/7 inside of our own body, and our nature is a very selfish nature. Every cell inside of our body is working to help them survive. So when I try to not become selfish and present myself as a way of pleasing other people, I'm going against everything that I am. Now, I'm not gonna say to become completely brutal or become completely disattached from society, but that's different. It's different than being who you are than being who they want you to be. And I'm going to get more in depth inside of the science of why is it important to care for yourself rather than care for others and how others want you to see. And where is that fine line in the middle that separates your reality versus other people's perception of reality that you created for yourself. And at the end, I'm going to give you a couple of exercises that can help you really come out of this sense of thing that you have inside of your mind that you have created for yourself. So why is it bad? Why is it so horrible to be a people pleaser? First of all, as evident as shows, even you can be the judge for this yourself, because the only reason you might be watching this video is because you're thinking that you are not being who you are because you are constantly trying to please other people. Evidence shows that you cannot reach your full self because you are constantly in the battle of being someone else. So your potentials, whatever it is, regardless if it's accomplishing your day-to-day task or going to work or getting what is it that you deserve, to a simple thing of choosing what to eat or not to eat, that just limits you. And then it has a reflection inside of your relationship, and then you become unsatisfied in your relationship because your relationship is now one-sided. So it's really important to really understand who is it that you are, what is it that you need to do, and how is it that you can distinguish yourself from being someone who's always trying to smile regardless of the situation and please other people than to show your emotion. And it all comes down to these emotions that we have, understanding our emotions and reflecting on our emotions. Because reflecting on our emotions, it can be challenging. It can be difficult for me to reflect on the things or the ways that I feel about someone or some situation because I'm constantly trying to put myself in a position that I'm not. So first, it's important to understand what emotion is and validate those emotions. Because the moment you don't validate your emotion and you put other people's emotion in line, is that you're depriving yourself from that sense of really experiencing the moment. And when you don't experience the moment, that's when you start going downhill. Nothing in this life is more important than experiencing your emotion. Now, this is not gonna work for people who are full of themselves or who are psychopath or who are serial killers. They're above that line. You are below that line. They don't care about anything versus you care about everything. We need to be right in the middle, and this video is for you guys who are below that line. For those who are above that line, they need to kind of have a different topic of the video which teaches them how to have empathy and how to have sympathy for other people. But from your perspective, you need to put those stuff aside and kind of be harsh. It is hard to be harsh at the beginning, but the moment that you start being harsh in situation or be uncomfortable is the moment that you can realize the ways that you can grow yourself, your own inner being, and grow those feelings out and reflect on those feelings. Because only understanding what happiness means, what sadness means, and what anger means doesn't really mean that you know it. I could go inside of my Instagram, watch a video, and it's a cooking video, see the person is cooking a chicken, and I will understand what chicken tastes like, but it will never be what that person is cooking. Because what we are seeing is what we are perceiving, and what we are feeling is what is actually happening. So we need to feel everything inside of us when it comes to emotion and give our emotion the attention that it needs. And once we give it that attention, that self-understanding of ourself, our feeling, then we'll be able to reflect on it. So next time that you are in a situation that you don't feel uncomfortable, instead of being okay with the situation and not expressing your feeling, it's important for you to call on that feeling. You don't have to be a very unattached person, but you could call on to that feeling. And a good exercise for understanding feeling is that keeping a notepad inside of you or on you at all times, and whenever you feel something, write that feeling down. How is that feeling affecting you? And how is it that you will like that feeling to be treated? You see someone who's angry or who's sad, and then first thing that comes up to the mind, okay, that person is angry, that person is sad. This is how I'm gonna change and how I'm gonna shift myself in order to be a people pleaser and please that person to reach that level of empathy or that level of happiness. So now that you feel sad, you feel angry, you feel upset, how is it that you would like that person to treat you in order for you to reach that place or that stage that you are in right now? And once you write these down, it reminds yourself, this is the feeling. This is how it needs to be treated. This is how it needs to be understood. And then you're able to give it that time and attention that it needs. But the moment that you ignore it and put it aside, that emotion becomes deprived of the reflection that is requiring. Another thing that is important when it comes to not being a people pleaser, beside emotion, is yourself, your own needs. Sometimes when we are trying to please other people, we deprive our own needs, sacrifice our own need for other people. So another exercise that you could do is that when a situation presented itself to you that requires you to do something to please another person, to please a situation, is to recall the things that you were doing that is important to you at the time. Let's say you are going out, somebody calls you, a friend, asks you to do something, and you're going out. As a people pleaser, you simply would drop everything and then you will continue helping that person. But in order to become true to yourself, one thing that you need to do is to stop and say, what is it that you're doing and why is it that you won't be able to do that thing that they want you to do? Small step, but very big when it comes time taking action on it. But over time, it gets built up. And then if you cannot say it at the beginning, it's all right. Write it down. Remind yourself unconsciously, subconsciously, within that this is what you need. Don't let it be deprived. And over time, this can build up to a point that you'll be able to recall the things that are important to you. And when somebody calls you, for example, say that I cannot do this because of this reason. And then, if you have time, you could distinguish. Am I depriving myself? Or no, do I have time to continue and do this? Another important thing, that's the third thing that I want to talk about, is that when it comes to emotion and when it comes to our own needs, one other factor that really is important in terms of helping other people is to understand what is it that we deserve. And sometimes, for example, let's say we're inside of a line, we see somebody else is coming, they're really rushing, but we are rushing too, we need to get home too, and then we just give the line to them and say, yeah, you could go in front of me. This is not a bad thing, but in a big picture, it deprives you from being you yourself. So one thing that you could do is to put yourself in an uncomfortable situation. And the way that you could do that is that you could go to CVS, maybe at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon when it gets really busy, everybody's getting off of work, and going to CVS to maybe buy whatever they need, get in line, and once you're in front of the line, in front of the cashier, and you're trying to pay for your item, take your time for as much as you can. People will be upset about you, you'll be in an uncomfortable position, but take your time. Maybe get some cash, some change, and start counting your change. Now you care about yourself rather than other people. Now you're thinking about, okay, it's my time to take control of this. Do that once a week. Maybe not in the same CVS, maybe different store. But the goal of this is to allow yourself to give respect to yourself that you deserve, the respect that you want from yourself, the attention that you want from yourself, the time that you want from yourself, for yourself. And the last thing that just takes everything over is about the way that you look. A lot of times we become so overwhelmed and so out of tune because we're trying to present ourselves in a way that we're not to please other people. But who is it that you are? What is it that you like? Why do you have to be in a way to please someone else when that's not you? We see that a lot with makeups, with clothing, with different things that people do. And not saying that's a bad thing to look good, feel good, because we'll feel good when we look good, we feel good. But sometimes that just takes over our life and it's no longer about ourselves feeling good. It's more about what others will think about us. So an exercise that you can do to really change and challenge this is to think, what is it that I want? And one day a week maybe, get out of the house without putting any makeups on or without putting any fancy clothes on, and with your just pajama, go outside to a neighborhood shop and just buy your grocery. It will be difficult to do these things. But the moment that you start making these changes, then you'll see the result. And the goal of this is not for you to become that disattached or unpleasant person who doesn't care about anything or anybody. The goal of this is for you to understand who is it that you are and what is it that matters to you, not other people. Because there's a lot of things that matters to other people, but what is it that matters to you? How is it that you want to present yourself? Do you want to present yourself in a way that other people like it? Or do you want to present yourself in a way that you like it? That's where the line is. Not over, not under. Right in the middle. Who is it that I am? Sometimes it's okay to make sacrifices, and we do that. A lot of time we make sacrifices to achieve, reach, or do something. But then other times, it just becomes too much. We're not being able to do our homework. We're not being able to finish our work. We're not being able to eat what we like to eat. We're not being able to go where we want to go because of the way that we look, and we're not prepared. And that's when it happens. So whenever it comes next time, watch this video again. Listen to these things and take notes of it, and maybe do them once at a time. Take one thing at a time. Don't overwhelm yourself. The goal is not to overwhelm yourself, because the moment you overwhelm yourself is the moment that you just quit everything. So don't overwhelm yourself. What is it that matters to you? How is it that matters to you? And how is it that you want to go on about doing those things? Make those changes one change at a time. That's all it takes. Thank you for watching. And if you take any value out of this video, make sure to subscribe, support this channel, hit the like button, because that really helps put my video in front of other people who enjoy it. And let me know in a comment, what is it that you think is important about you, about the things that you value, and how is it that you're going to take your next change. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one.